Welcome to the Steren Electronics Dealer Webinar. I am Evan Kinsella, CFO of Steren Electronics. Once again, we are glad you are joining us today. During today's webinar, we will be providing an update on the dealer program, status of incoming product, updates on marketing initiatives, and the Black Friday promotion. Speaking today will be Darren Rawson, President, Craig Fellman, President of New Tech Supply, Ben Norton, CMO, Tracy Stansbury, Merchandising Manager, and Doreen McCrae, Dealer Engagement Manager. Also in attendance on the call are David Sterenberg, CEO US, Alex Cohen, Senior Vice President, and Elisa Jones, Sales Director. We welcome your questions as always. Simply click the question box located on the right-hand side of your screen. After the presentation, we will answer questions which we have received. At this time, I will hand the webinar over to Darren Rawson.
Hey everybody, happy Tuesday afternoon. We've got a variety of exciting things that we need to share today. We've been working very hard on that I look forward to sharing with the dealer community. And we also have lots of challenges. One of our important initiatives here was our Black Friday initiative, and we are excited to share that this has been a very successful initiative. At the same time, it's given us some, undertaking and some challenges that we're wrestling with, and we want to share some of those details to make sure that we are communicating openly and effectively, and also making sure we are addressing the concerns that you have as our dealer partners. One of the first and most exciting things that I'd like to share today is that effective yesterday, David Sterenberg and I met with the senior executives at AT&T in Atlanta, and we signed a memorandum of understanding by which Steren and AT&T are going to partner together as a national retail partnership for the United States market. This is very exciting news for us. The exact details of the contracts and the specific contracts have not been signed yet, but we are both committed from the senior executive level at AT&T and from David Sterenberg at Steren to develop a full suite of product offering inclusive of AT&T postpaid wireless, Cricket wireless, GoPhone prepaid cell services, DirecTV services, as well as the AT&T Digital Life capabilities. As I said, those contracts are now being aggressively pursued with staff on both parties, and we anticipate a launch of these capabilities in Q1 of 2016.
Okay, inbound Steren product. In stock now, we have 402 items. In November, we're anticipating another 139. December, we'll receive another 180 items. In January, another 143. Challenges that are being resolved or addressed right now by the PM team. They're going over products. They received another 200 yesterday, and they're going through certifications, packaging, cell pack quantities, descriptions, definitions, part drawer products, new product development introductions, and dealer and consumer technical support. So as they sit through all this product, we'll have new availability that we'll be updating weekly on the dealer portal. And you'll see those new numbers coming in every week. So be sure to check in by Tuesdays, and they'll be updated and available. For merchandising updates, once again on the product availability, product management team is going over it. Once that is done, the team here is undertaking ordering those SKUs and making sure that everything gets ordered by the second week of December, so as to be here before Chinese New Year. And that, again, will be updated weekly on the portal. Planograms, a lot of people have been asking about planograms. In the short term, what we'll be doing as availability is updated, we'll be sending out lists of recommendations, products we feel are important to have represented in your stores, and the quantities around those products. By April, May, when all products will be here in the U.S., we will start launching full planograms with recommended assortments. These will be photographed and listed, so you'll see how we would recommend presenting them to your customer, and also quantities we would recommend having on hand at any given point in time. So again, look for that in the April-May timeframe.
Thanks, Tracy. At this time, we'll turn it over to Ben Norton to start to talk about some of the marketing initiatives, status, and what's coming.
Thank you, Evan, and good afternoon, everyone. As you see here in summary form, we have been very busy on a number of marketing initiatives. Highlighted in the columns that are green, you see what we've completed, and you'll see in blue what we have yet to do in the short term. Taking them one by one, we have stood up the dealer marketing portal, made that available exclusively to Steren dealers, as well as a variety of marketing materials, including banners, shirts, window signs, and much more. As many of you know, our Black Friday promotional circular has been developed and is distributed, and we're very excited about the number of the in-store specials that will be available in local markets. Our consumer-facing website is now completed and live, which we are very excited about, as it will serve as the backdrop for our local public relations campaign. Kits have been made available for use in local markets. And as we continue on through the month of November, we are developing our 2016 promotional calendar and expect to have that penciled out through the next week or two and then in ink before not much longer. Our microsite platform is underway. We will soon have available for every Steren dealer a site that conveys a consistent brand voice and message throughout the dealer community. And our social media platform is coming along, which we expect to have available before the end of the year. A number of initiatives will take us out into the new year, including our online link cleanup program, our national press campaign, which will launch after the first of the year, and as many of you have heard in previous calls, our geofencing and geoconquering activities, along with then throughout the 2016 year, digital and traditional marketing.
Thanks, Ben. Next, we'll turn it over to Craig to talk about the Black Friday program and product shipments.
Thank you, Evan. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I wished I could be the bearer of better news, but as Darren said, we always want to be forthright and communicate clearly with all of you. So as many of you know, we've had a certain number of orders that have been affected by an integration error between our sales team here in California and the Memphis fulfillment warehouse. To date, we've got our arms around it. We've identified fewer than 50 orders that were affected. Not that that's a small number, but in the grand scheme of things, it's less than 20% of our Black Friday orders. Bottom line is that that integration error pushes information to that warehouse, and unfortunately it was somehow corrupted, and it has caused some orders to ship extra items and some orders to not ship enough items. So we, for the past week, have been working overtime to identify and isolate those affected orders, and we today feel confident we have our arms around it and we know exactly which orders they are and which customers are affected. So we're taking the following corrective steps. Our highest priority is to get the dealers that place Black Friday orders product to support their flyers. I mean, clearly that's job number one. So that is, we have a team of people that do nothing but that all day long. We will prioritize those orders and get them ready for immediate shipment. The other piece of the puzzle, as I mentioned before, is that some orders shipped extra, and the process that we're taking to correct that is the support team in San Diego is reaching out to each one of those customers and making arrangements to have that excess inventory returned to the Memphis warehouse. So the other issue that has been a challenge is you guys bought way too much stuff. Just kidding. No, the sales for Black Friday far exceeded what we had projected, and that's a good problem to have, but it did create an issue that we were not able to fill all the orders as quickly as we had planned to. I mean, specifically, to give you an example, our our flagship drone, the one we label as the Striker, we purchased 2,000 thinking that should be plenty, and we ended up selling over 4,000. So those were things that, you know, I'll take the responsibility for, but ultimately it's just something, it's very difficult to plan and project, especially on such short notice. But the solution that we've come up for on the back orders or the lack of inventory is about 10, 12 days ago when we recognized that we were going to have a shortfall. We immediately began reaching out to all of our suppliers, asking them to not only take our orders, but to prioritize our orders and ship them quickly. Our vendors have been fantastic to work with. They've really been helpful to us, and I'm happy to report the vast majority of the items that were back ordered on initial Black Friday orders are now in stock. And as I said before, we're going to prioritize these. Obviously, it's critical that you have this product, you know, prior to Black Friday, and we're taking every step to make sure that that happens. That's all I have. I'm sure there'll be questions, and I'll take those at the end of the webinar.
Hey, Craig, actually, there's a couple that came in dovetailing off of what you just talked about, so why don't I throw them your way? You could address those questions right now.
Okay.
The first one from Sherry Gunderson. Why did my invoices say that I had quantities shipped and I did not receive, plus all the product I ordered, I only got 6 items?
That's a very good question, and it's exactly what I described before. We're really baffled, and the programmers, they put patches in to ensure it doesn't happen anymore, but it's a very odd situation where, let's say Sherry ordered 20 items. For some reason, and this has been a common pattern with many of the integration errors, is that the first item on the order in many cases is duplicated. We've had some be duplicated 3 or 4 times. We don't know why, but Sherry, you may have got that first item at least twice, and then your other 19 items on your order inexplicably were dropped. Just between us and the warehouse, they vanished. So as I say, we have worked nonstop we're probably on our 8th or 9th day of evaluating each and every order, identifying those that had errors, picking up and identifying what items were dropped. And Sherry, you and the others that are in your same position are at the top of our list, and your orders will be prioritized and expedited as necessary to make sure you have them prior to Black Friday.
Okay, thanks, Craig. And Sherry had some follow-up questions, but I think those are probably best handled directly with your team because they're specific to her order. And
Sure.
I would urge anybody that's in her situation, if you're not sure if you're included in the fix effort going on currently, please reach out to anyone on the team, either up at NewTek or here at Steren, and we will make sure that we address it as quickly as possible, knowing that Black Friday is around the corner. Another quick question was from Stephanie Parker. If we haven't received our Black Friday orders, does that mean our shipments were affected by the Memphis warehouse issue?
My answer, Stephanie, would be likely. It's highly probable. If you haven't received your order, unfortunately, you're probably one of the affected customers. But I pledge to you that you will have your product prior to Black Friday. Whatever means it takes, you will have that product.
Great. Thanks, Craig.
Craig, one more question. Will we be expediting any orders to our dealers?
Yes. So Doreen and I met this morning along with Erasmo, our warehouse manager, and the answer is yes, as necessary. The way we're breaking it down is if you're a customer that is located in Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, very near to the Memphis warehouse where expedited shipping wouldn't gain us any time, then we will ship it ground because that ground service is going to be 1 or 2 days anyway. If you're in one of the outlying states, say Vermont or Minnesota, in that case, we will expedite the shipping and upgrade you to either a 2nd or a 3rd day shipping. But the criteria will be how close you are to the Memphis warehouse and what the normal delivery time would be.
Okay. Thanks, Craig. There might be some additional questions on those topics, and we'll grab those at the end of the webinar.
Sure.
Now I'd like to turn it over to Doreen McRae to talk about credit.
Well, not so much about credit, but what we're trying to do, thirdly, is to reach out to the dealers in regards to making sure that the invoices that you have match the items that you receive. This also coincides with your ACH forms that you have sent to us, which has been excellent. Truly appreciate it. And that ACH will also coincide with your billing, because we want to ensure that you are billed for what you received, and that we process the ACH or your payments accordingly. So therefore, we're going to be reaching out again. So you're going to be bombarded by our phone calls. Also, I just want to thank everyone who's also sent in their resale certificates. You guys are really on the ball. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Doreen.
You're welcome, Evan.
The next dealer webinar will be December 1st, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We still haven't updated our D to an S, but we will do that at the next time. Thanks, Elisa.
You're welcome.
She just updated it live, I think.
Yeah.
Now we'll get to some questions. Actually, Sherry had a follow-up question, which I think is appropriate, other than specific to her own situation, which I know we will handle. She wants to know if we'll be able to order some more items after the quote-unquote dust is settled. And let me answer it partially, and I'm sure Craig can follow up. So as far as we know today, the technical issue has been addressed and resolved, and obviously that will prove out in the coming days to make sure that that is true. So if you need to order more items, I would urge you to go ahead and do that and not necessarily wait. Obviously, we need to rectify any situation that occurred from prior shipments, but please don't hesitate to place your order so that we can make sure that we dedicate stock to you, knowing that stock is drawing down very quickly. Craig, anything else to add to that?
Yes, I would add, it kind of ties into what you said, Evan. I would also encourage all interested parties to order as quickly as possible, because there are some items that have sold out. It's roughly 7 items that there was no more supply to be had. So good news is, out of the roughly 100 items, we still have varying quantities, on-hand quantities of over 90, so you're still in good shape. So yes, I'd encourage you to order as quickly as possible.
Great, Craig. Another question for you. If we need more product off the Black Friday ad, can we reorder at the Black Friday pricing?
I will have to clear this with my bosses, Steren and Evan, but I would hope that we would be able to do that, especially in light of the challenges that we're facing.
Okay, Craig, you just cleared it with your boss, Evan.
Okay.
We will honor it through Black Friday, especially in good faith considering some of the issues that we've had. Beyond Black Friday, we will revert back to standard pricing.
Done.
You sold me, Craig. That was good.
All right. Excellent.
Okay. Another product-related question for you, Craig. Are the Steren 10,000 milliamp battery banks going to make it in time for the holidays?
Unfortunately, they are not. We, had some miscommunication from Chinese factories. In fact, all 3 of the Steren power banks, there was a 2,000 milliamp, a 4,400 milliamp, and the 10,000. All 3 of those are not going to arrive in time for Black Friday. The 2 smaller units, we were able to source like items domestically, so we have alternatives on those 2, but the 10,000, no.
Thanks, Craig. Another question, and this will just be a reprise really quickly. TJ wanted to know where we were on the AT&T postpaid. Of course, he submitted that question before Darren spoke, so hopefully Darren addressed it correctly. Obviously, exciting news that the MOU has been signed, and we're in the process of getting those different program aspects finalized in contractual form. And as soon as we have news, you'll all be the first to know. TJ, you can always call Darren directly and get a more personal update. Okay,
Evan?
next, yes, sir.
Sorry. There's one issue I probably should address regarding product. We're getting mixed reviews on the smaller drone, the one we refer to as the Supernova. The SKU number is a TY34452. A number of dealers have told us they're not excited about the construction and the quality of the unit, and obviously we don't want you to carry any products you're not comfortable with, so we've issued RMAs. I would encourage each customer that has purchased those to make their own evaluation and let us know as soon as possible if they would like to return them. So again, we've had some very positive feedback as well. Dealers that say they fly great, just as advertised. But again, it will be on an individual basis. I just ask that each one of you make your own determination and let us know as quickly as possible.
Thanks, Craig. Doug submitted a question, why didn't we get dating on the Black Friday order? Steren says one thing, NewTek says another. I'm not really certain what is being asked. Craig, does that ring a bell with you?
My best guess is this customer is referring, I think this is where he's coming from. So our initial intention was to ship all Black Friday orders the first week of November. Now that that's been delayed, basically 2 to 3 weeks has passed where he did not have an opportunity to sell that product. And even though the terms that we most dealers qualified extend their payment out to December 15th, I assume that he's referring to that.
Doug, if we misinterpreted your question, please reach out to someone on Craig's team or our team, and we will address that specifically. Much appreciated, though. I'll throw this one to Tracy. Is there any way we can get a weekly email showing the new items that arrive with pictures?
I think weekly might be ambitious for now, but I can shoot for every 2 weeks updating anything new that's arrived. We'll do our best to get pictures.
Thanks, Tracy. Mr. Pedersen, can you tell us again where to order shirts? I can't find it on the Google page.
Yes, the shirts are available in the dealer marketing portal, and we can make the URL to that available again on the Google community. It's a rather long string, so we'll post that again.
Okay, thanks, Ben. Well, at this time, unless, Craig, you have any other closing comments, we'll close the webinar. Anything else to say, Craig?
Yes, just one more. There is a bit of good news. We did receive the Monster-branded Villain GoPro-style cameras. They started shipping out of the California warehouse on Friday. Tennessee, Memphis is packing and picking as fast as they can go today. So we did meet our deadline. We originally said the 16th, and so thankfully this one has gone off as planned, and each person that ordered those will have them prior to Black Friday.
Thanks, Craig. Well, I want to thank everyone for attending today's webinar. I know that you've been attending fairly religiously. We much appreciate that. We hope that you can see through the partnership that we have with Craig's team and our team here, that even though we've been facing some issues along the way, that we're here to support you, and we're obviously running fast, trying to make sure any issues that are occurring that we fix as quickly as possible. We know that product today is the lifeblood of your business, especially in this high selling season. Please feel free to call any of us at any time to make sure we address those concerns as quickly as possible. Definitely looking forward to product updates on incoming from Tracy and the PM team. So keep your eyes out on all the different types of media we're using to interact with you. And then obviously, as exciting, look out for Darren to give updates on the AT&T agreement we recently signed. For those of you that have further questions on any of the programs currently in place or coming soon, please email info@sterenusa.com. You can call us at 844-897-0056. We continue to be very excited about working with you and hope that your business in the season is going well and continues to tick up for you. Look forward to a long and prosperous partnership. Have a great rest of your day and week, and we'll be talking to you all soon. Thank you.